Hey guys, good morning. Welcome to part 3 of how to really pivot your business or consulting practice during difficult times, especially now. So again in part 3, first part we talked about finding the root cause, a lot of critical thinking, really understanding what the real problem is, not just what you may think or feel initially, really getting to that root issue. Secondly, we talked about finding solutions and really making sure that the solution and the problem are in alignment, and making sure, again, making sure those things are in alignment, and because you don't want to have a solution without the right problem, and you don't want to have the wrong problem that you're thinking up solutions for, right? Because again, that will be the wrong solution. So, we talked about that. So you've figured out the right problem. You've figured out what the solution or solutions should be. Next, I want to talk about part 3 is planning. So at this point, we have to start putting stuff into action. We have to start planning. We have to figure out how we're going to do that. And again, the first part of any problem, and I'm sure you've heard this so many times, but let's talk about it again. The paralysis of analysis, or analysis paralysis, however you want to say it. And really, it boils down to: Am I afraid to take action? Am I afraid to admit the problem? Am I afraid to just start doing something different? And again, I've talked about fear and stuff in my podcast and other videos and LinkedIn. But this is really key, and really not, you're just making a plan at this point. Again, we're stepping through little by little to try to not overwhelm you. And you don't want to overwhelm yourself, or you're not going to easily admit the problem. You're not going to come up with good solutions through critical thinking. And of course, you're not going to do very good on the planning stage when you start looking at tactical ways to start overcoming the issues that you're facing. So I think the first thing is get off of that paralysis. Understand that you have a critical need to increase revenue, decrease expenses, change your market, but essentially you're doing it because you need more money. You either need to scale up, or you just want to scale up, or you've taken a huge hit and you need to get back to where you were, or you need to maintain what you have for whatever reason. I don't always recommend just maintaining, but listen, in these times, everything's fair game, right? I'm not here to tell you what you should or shouldn't do on how much you should scale up, or whether you should just be holding on to stuff. I'm just saying that, to utilize more growth-minded solutions, a growth-minded plan, positive thoughts, positive energy, and positive tactics to move forward. I think that's going to get you better results over time if you take that opportunity. Will it work every single time? No. You're not just going to sit here and positively think your way into scaling up a business. But if you're always looking for the good ways to scale, if you're looking at growth instead of retraction, if you're looking how to further invest instead of just pulling back, then adopt that mindset and use it, because I think it's going to get you out of not taking action. I think it's going to get you into a better frame of mind where you want to do something. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is, have a written plan. I don't care what the plan is. I don't care if it's 2 sentences, 20 pages. Have a written plan. Do not go into this situation without a plan. Even if it's just scribbles, write the problem down, write the solutions down, start jotting ideas down. For example, we talked about, say, let's scaling up your business. And so, you haven't had a chance to scale up the business yet because you're concerned about COVID. But you need to come up with, say, a 20% growth in revenue. And you've decided that the way to do that is going to be adapting your services to a different revenue model that appeals to a different market. So, put that down. You're going to say, the problem is I need to scale up. I need 20% more revenue. The solution is growing sales, appealing to a different market, by adjusting my revenue model, by adjusting my business model, by adjusting, bringing in additional markets or additional people or different demographics in a similar market, whatever that case may be. And so ultimately, at that point, you start bringing in the tactics. Okay, so how am I going to do that? One, I'm going to go do market research. I'm going to see if those people that I want to bring into the market, are they serious buyers? Are they going to be able to want to spend money with me, outside of my regular customers? Do they have a real need? Does the market that I'm bringing in represent a size that is going to get me my 20%? Maybe you have to do 2 markets. Maybe you have to bring in 2 demographics. Maybe you have to bring in a second product or service or whatever to meet those numbers. And again, it doesn't have to be one silver bullet for this entire issue. You could have four different methods. They all bring in 5%. Boom, there's your 20%. Now, I don't recommend, going off in that many directions because you can lose focus, but you have to do what you have to do, right? You're trying to grow your business. So at that point, start putting those solutions down on paper. And if they don't look good, cross them off. But don't discount anything until you have taken a serious critical look at those tactics, and really don't completely eliminate them from the list unless you've given them a solid try. Now, of course, I think it's obvious to say if some of those tactics require a significant investment, or you're going to have to make the tough choices as to what's going to work. But I think if you're understanding your problem, you're understanding your market, you're understanding solutions, and coming up with good tactics that throw emotion out the door and stick to the problem at hand, I think you're going to find creative ways that you don't really need to spend a ton of money to test these out to make sure they're working. I mean, say you're in Facebook ads, you can run a Facebook ad for $10, $100, $200 and still get a return. Say you're selling a $1,500 product and you get leads and you're able to convert one of those. Take that money and boom, just add that to the ad spend and then continue to scale. I mean, there's so many ways to do this, but it's key to always be writing it down. And then the last part I want to talk about is daily review. Every single morning or every single night, probably twice a day. I would do both. I would do once in the morning and once before you go to bed. Wrap your mind around that problem. Acknowledge it again. Acknowledge the solutions. Go back through the tactics. Maybe you tried something or you talked to somebody and it gave you a different idea. Jot it down. And then go through it. Go through it in the morning, go through it in the evening, go through it in the morning, on and on and on. Remember, this is a fluid process for you. This is not written in stone that you have to do X, Y, Z and you have to hit these numbers. If you hit 19% growth, is that cool? If you hit 85% growth, is that cool? It doesn't have to be the 20. That's just your goal that you need to set, and it allows you to properly budget. It allows you to properly think through solutions. It gives you milestones of customers and cold calls and emails and marketing efforts and all this stuff that you need to hit that goal, because that goal is what's going to get you in your mind and probably in reality get you out of the issue that you're having. So again, make it a fluid process. Write it down. Review it 1 or 2 times a day. Always be adding. Always be reviewing. Always and go back and say, listen, this did not work. Jot it down. Say, my Facebook ads did not work. And then go back and review every day and then think in your mind, again, critical thinking. Did it work because I suck at ads? Did it not work because I'm terrible at ads? Did it not work because I wasn't using the right demographics in Facebook? Did I not do a good job with the copy? Does it look sloppy? Does it look serious? Could I have spent $100 on a copywriter or something else to make this even tighter copy and make it work better and get a better conversion? There's all these things. So don't just say, oh, it didn't work and throw it out. Make sure you're reviewing why, because I think you'll find some insights as to why each thing works, and you'll find the stuff that works better and not. Or maybe you can test it and say, well, I still like this. Let's put it on the back burner and let's review again, and let me try a couple more tactics to see if they work, and then go forward from there. So guys, again, have a plan, write it down, review it 1 or 2 times a day. Don't be afraid to call stuff out when it doesn't work. Don't be afraid to make notes when it does work, and you will start to see actual action. So again, tomorrow we'll go into part 4. I hope you enjoyed this. Please share. Please send me your thoughts and responses on any ideas you have. So have a great day. Thanks.